Well, it was at 1:10 as the temperature began to climb here on the eastern side of Eugene, Oregon, that this field of 41 athletes got underway, representing 26 nations. We knew the temperature would climb through the early afternoon period. And there are so many ambitions and hearts in mouths as the race got underway. But the writing was on the wall for many of these athletes from early on, because the pace was fast and furious from the word go. The Chinese dominating the first laps, but well, it was a Peruvian, an unheralded Peruvian, who was to take control of things pretty early on in the race. The lap times became very, very consistent at around 4:20 per lap between the 4th and 8th kilometers. García León of Peru applying the pressure and pulling away from the pack with one of the Chinese favourites, Qiang Shiji, the bronze medalist 11 years ago in the World Championships, who carried an enormous amount of experience. García León, though, broke away in the latter stages as she applied the pressure kilometre after kilometre, lap after lap, this 500-metre long circuit, giving no shade at all from the sun. They were side by side for a long time, the vast majority of the race indeed, and with a pace of 4:25 per kilometre, García León was walking towards a huge new national record. We all wondered whether she could maintain it up against the mighty power of one of the best of China. Indeed, Qiang's personal best at 1:24 is some 3.5 minutes quicker than the eventual winning time. But eventually García León, showing enormous determination and patience, breaking away from Qiang inside the final quarter of the race. And then it was Katarzyna Zieblo of Poland, who very unexpectedly began to make inroads, having been up in the top half dozen through the middle of the race, moving into third and then chasing down Qiang. That happened at around 18 kilometers, and Zieblo took reinforcement from that, pulled away from the fading Qiang very quickly indeed. The performance of García León, though, in the latter stages remained quite marvellous. She heard the bell, clicked her own watch as she heard the bell, can you believe? Still very much in control of things, and never gave Zieblo a sniff at any chance of catching her. The gap remained at around 20 to 22 seconds through that final lap. When García León came across the line, it was in glorious isolation after a wonderful performance. There won't be many better, more dominant performances than that over the next 10 days at these 18th World Athletics Championships here in Eugene, Oregon. Katarzyna Zieblo coming home for a glorious silver for Poland. Delight for her, and a massive new personal best and national record, as had been the case for García León. And Qiang did indeed hang on for that bronze medal. Reward for her for a very, very tough race. She suffered dramatically in the last 2 or 3 laps.